The Swope Park Rangers are sizzling this summer, undefeated in June, and looking to continue that hot streak as they host the Rio Grande Valley Toros in a Western Conference matchup, and the USL coming up next. Good evening and welcome to Kansas City, Missouri. It's a beautiful day here at Children's Mercy Victory Field as the Swope Park Rangers are set to play host to Rio Grande Valley. Alongside Molly Dreska, I'm Carter Augustine. We'll be bringing to you all the action from this evening's game. And Molly, let's take a look at some impact players from each team, starting with the visitors, the man up top, Ruben Luna.
Yeah, Luna is tied for RGV's team lead for most goals this season with 3, including the game-winning penalty kick in the club's last match against the Colorado Switchbacks. And Swope Park Rangers fans, you might remember him from last season because Luna scored a goal right here. It was a diving header last September.
And the man that will be trying to stop him, star goalkeeper on loan from Sporting Kansas City, Adrian Zendejas.
Yeah, the Rangers are most recently coming off 2 road wins against Tulsa Roughnecks and LA Galaxy 2, and Rangers goalkeeper Adrian Zendejas made a massive save against Tulsa to preserve that victory and kept a clean sheet against LA. So we'll look for continued leadership and big plays from the Sporting KC goalkeeper.
Let's take a look at the rest of the teams for the teams tonight, including the away team, Rio Grande Valley. Manager Junior Gonzalez making 2 changes, Hunter and Escalante out, and Robert Sagal and Kyle Murphy in from the team that won away to Colorado Springs Switchbacks. And meanwhile, Molly, for the home team, 2 changes as well for Nikola Popovic coming into the game, Colton Storm and Nonzel Selbel up top.
Yeah, Selbel scored the game-winning goal for Swope in their last match. So with a team with this much depth, it's important to take advantage of those opportunities when you come in as a substitute, and that's exactly what he did.
Well, 2 teams above the playoff line in the early stages of this USL season as we move into July. Swope Park Rangers versus Rio Grande Valley coming up next. Welcome back to Children's Mercy Victory Field in Kansas City, Missouri. Alongside Molly Dreska, I'm Carter Augustine. Just about ready for kickoff in this Western Conference matchup. And Junior Gonzalez for Rio Grande Valley, the new coach this season after Wilmer Cabrera, of course, was so successful last season and got the job with the Houston Dynamo. And meanwhile, Nikola Popovic trying to extend this 6-game unbeaten streak. Swope Park Rangers going unbeaten in the month of June and really starting to come into form as this season nears the halfway point. Christian Duke, the captain. Rio Grande Valley FC have had the Swope Park Rangers numbers in the few times that these 2 teams have met up over the past couple of years. Referee blows his whistle. Kalen Radosoff gets us started, and Rio Grande Valley will start with the ball, going from right to left. They're all orange uniforms. Meanwhile, the Swope Park Rangers from left to right, decked out in their traditional home blue on blue kits. And the Swope Park Rangers find themselves in third position in the West after a month of June that has been absolutely sensational. There's an early foul as TJ Kastner is upended on the far side by Nacho Selvo, but Molly Dreska, it's been a good start to the summer for Nikola Popovic and the Swope Park Rangers.
That's right. It's actually been pretty interesting, and it's a unique situation because last season they went to the USL Cup final, right? And then here they are at the beginning of this year, and they completely transformed what they were doing on the field so that they could mimic Sporting Kansas City. And guess what? It's still working for them. And we went through 14 games so far this year, and they already have 8 victories compared to last year, a USL Cup final team that only had 5 at this point of the season.
So improving in their second year, and the change of style of play. Nikola Popovic has talked about watching the performances of his team and says the 6-game unbeaten streak is just somewhat natural in terms of the progression of the team, both individually and as a team getting used to playing this style. Of course, Molly, that means playing it out of the back, which is what Liam Doyle and Amir Djidic are doing just now for the Rangers.
Yeah, the big keys to the Sporting Kansas City approach is that high pressure system, and then of course keeping possession.
There's a good ball down a left-hand channel. Nacho Selvo just shows a bit too much of it. Robert Sagel still alive though for the Swope Park Rangers. And here's Selvo again. James Musa now in for Christian Duke. He's played every minute, every game so far this season. Christian Duke, the captain for the Rangers. Here he is, pinging a ball into Nacho Selvo's feet. Touch just gets away from him. Oliveira intercepts in midfield just ahead of Eric Bird. Parker Marr, nice little ball inside to find Duke. He's looking for the run of Marc Anthony Gonzalez over the top, and it's a tug back there, and it'll be a foul. First of the game against RGV. Robert Kastner, the man guilty party. It's a beautiful day here in Kansas City, Missouri. Molly, there's another foul for Swope Park Rangers and a bright start for the home team. Nacho Selvo, the man upended, and we talked about it in pregame, but he finds himself in the starting lineup this week after a really nice game on the road in Los Angeles last weekend.
Yeah, I think we talked about it a little bit earlier, but when you can get minutes off the bench and score a goal, that's big time.
So he picks himself up from that foul and finds his way into the penalty area. This is a dangerous position for Kevin Oliveira. Just 2 in the wall. Goalkeeper Borja Angoitia. Oliveira whips it in towards the near post. It's flicked on. And out of play, it'll be a corner kick. A decent delivery here from Kevin Oliveira.
It's a good ball in by Oliveira. It's just out of the reach of the keeper. He might have been able to be a little more aggressive on his line, but it's a good ball in.
Testing the defense there, Oliveira. He'll get another opportunity, but from the opposite side of the field here in the early stages. 88. In towards the spot, headed clear up towards the edge of the area. And then just hacked away by Kai Green. Anywhere will do at that point. Excuse me, that was Leo Ayala. Good clearance and an opportunity for RGV to push out. About 5 minutes in, Molly, what have you made so far to start the game by the Swope Park Rangers?
So far, so good. Obviously, they've been keeping the possession pretty well so far. It's still pretty early on, so we'll see how the game continues.
Another ball for Selbel to chase on the far side corner. Well defended though, and pumped up towards the feet of Todd Wharton. Wharton now looking for some teammates. He finds a nice run. It's a good ball as well if it can stay in. It is kept in by Kyle Murphy. Murphy one-on-one with Storm now. Edge of the area. He'll slot it back for Jorginho James. Takes the shot. Finds Luna on the turn. It's a decent hit as well. Jorginho James and Ruben Luna teaming up in the early stages. They wanted a corner kick, but it'll be out for a goal kick.
Good ball in and a great turn. Obviously, he'd like to have that shot back again, but looked like the ref missed. There was a handball on Wharton in the middle of the field before he played that ball out wide, and I don't think that opportunity should have even ever come about.
What a good opportunity it was for Ruben Luna, who, as we mentioned, drew the penalty and scored it in RGV's 1-0 win on the road at Colorado Springs. A game that was delayed for a long time due to weather. There's a good ball over the top from Maloto. Just a little too early on the run from Gonzalez offside on the Sporting Kansas City Academy product. It's a good idea though from Lebo Maloto. Molly, it's kind of tough to pin down some positions for these guys, including the likes of Lebo Maloto, who can bounce around and collect the ball. Likes to come and grab the ball in all types of positions on the field.
Yeah, there's already been a lot of interchanging so far in the game. He was dropped in a little bit more earlier, and now he seems to be a little bit pushed up a little further. And I think we're going to be expecting that all game long.
Keep an eye on that for the time being. It's Marc-Anthony Gonzalez leading the line. He is pressing back line for RGV. Ayala looking down his left-hand side. Walked away. Now Gonzalez will go all the way back to Angoitia. Smusha just muscling Wharton off aerial duel there. Now Gidic will play it along to center half partner Liam Doyle. Of course, Mir Gidic, one of the success stories for the Swope Park Rangers this year, earning his pro contract with the Sporting Kansas City.
I think that's exactly what you look for, bringing on a USL team. Last year, its inaugural season. This year, its second year. Being able to get these guys game minutes so that they can come in and play with the first team and make an impact.
Gidic still able to make an impact with the Rangers as well. Here he is on the ball, making his 10th start. His 5th on the team in minutes as well. All-league performer last season. First team All-USL, Amir Gidic. Here's Maloto dropping all the way back into the right back position to pick up possession here. This pass takes Christian Duke a little wider than he would have liked. Duke looking for the run of Parker Marr. That's over the top and out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for RGV. Of course, Swope Park Rangers always tough at home. Had a long win streak snapped by San Antonio, but they've gone 3 unbeaten since then. And it's another good draw here, good attendance. Swope Park Rangers faithful. There's Gidic challenging in the air with Luna. It's a powerful header. Now Maloto looking for the run of Selbel. Just shaping it in behind there. Kai Green trying to defend away. He does a good job to catch up to the run of Selbel. We've seen that a few times early on, haven't we, Molly? Getting Gonzalez in behind on that left-hand side. It's a battle in midfield. Oliveira drops it back for Gidic. Storm inside. Oliveira just got that mucked about in his shoes, and Jorginho James does well to rip away possession and then draw the foul. It's good defensive midfield work there from the number 6 for RGV. RGV starting this game in 8th position with just 14 games played, like the Swope Park Rangers. A couple of games in hand on most of the other playoff position teams.
Yeah, the table's pretty tightly packed. Obviously, they've already won 6 games and they're all the way in 8th. Meanwhile, Swope's in 3rd with 8 games won.
14 games played, and we've talked about most of the other teams up there played 15, 16. I mean, Colorado Springs played 18 games already. Just a quirk of the USL schedule, so these teams will have some opportunities to use those games in hand down the line. Here's Sebel, a nice little hesitation move, trying to get by Green, and there's a tackle in the area. Had to get that one perfectly right. Kai Green, and referee points out of bounds for a throw-in.
And this is exactly what you were talking about earlier, Carter. Getting Sebel down the line. Looks like a good tackle by Green, though. I think that's a good call.
It's a great challenge by Kai Green, making his 13th start. South Orange, New Jersey native. It's a big tackle, and pardon me, it's a corner kick instead of a throw here, so another chance for Kevin Oliveira on a set piece. In towards the near post with the bodies, and it's just banged out of play. Like Leo Ayala was there at the near post, defending against Amir Djidic. Kevin Oliveira, Cape Verde international, spent some time away with the Cape Verde national team. Here he is again towards the near post, and oh, that was close for RGV. Just hacked away at the last second there. Kai Green taking no chances, but for a minute there, that looked like that could creep in.
Yeah, I don't have any experience as a goalkeeper, so I might be off on saying this, but it must be right in that perfect spot that the goalkeeper can't quite get to it, because that's not the first time that ball's bounced right in the 6.
There's the ensuing corner kick, take it short and tried to float it towards the top. It was flicked on by an orange shirt. Now Mar will float it towards the back stick. Djidic hears the call from Sebel, lets it go through. Sebel, he'll float it up to the back post. Maloto was there, but just couldn't direct the header. Can Doyle keep it in play? Yes, he can. Just tries to help it on, and actually, no, he could not keep that in play, Liam Doyle, so it'll be out for a throw-in RGV, but a couple of dangerous set-piece situations there for the Swope Park Rangers, and they're starting to mount these set pieces. Kevin Oliveira getting his sights set. Defended away this time at RGV, and then a foul in midfield. Musa just getting into the back there of Ruben Luna, the captain for Rio Grande Valley. That's kind of the physical presence that James Musa has brought into this Swope Park Rangers team in midfield, hasn't it, Molly, since he missed the first game, but has started every game but one since then for SPR. There's James just dropping deep into a quarterback position, tried to float one over to Kastner, and bit of a wave of the arms there from TJ Kastner. Trying to figure out what he's supposed to do with that one. There's a towering header. Again, played forward by Sagel. It's a good ball as well. Kastner charging in field. SPR bench didn't like it. That challenge took right place in front of them, but it's a foul against Christian Duke.
Hard foul, but he definitely clips him. I think it's another good call.
Good call from the referee. Kastner wearing that one, and he will dust himself off and take arrears of this ensuing set piece situation. It's a curling ball in towards the back of the area. And Ivan Magalis was trying to keep that one in play, but that service is just over the heads of everyone in the box. Marc Anthony Gonzalez rides the challenge, tries to float it up for Maloto. Read well by Gonzalez, and RGV will take control. Kyle Murphy inside for Bird. Switch a play out to the right-hand side. Kastner, he'll cut inside. James. And Molly, we talk about the model of play for Sporting Kansas City, but RGV very much the same for them. Wilmer Cabrera was just down with this team last season. He's brought a bunch of guys up to Houston Dynamo with him this year as well.
This has been an interesting game to watch, because I think sometimes when you watch Sporting Kansas City games, other teams come in and just sit back and play for the draw, but it's very obvious that RGV is, you know, they're dropping in and staying organized on defense, but when they have the ball, they're sending tons of numbers forward. And even their formation, a 4-2-3-1. Sometimes they have 4 players lined up at the midfield.
Both teams like to play. There's a beautiful switch from Liam Doyle, and as a result, Swope Park Rangers in the attacking third. Duke just left that one, and a bit of a clumsy touch from Christian Duke, but he gets away with it.
I like the quick restart there by Swope, though.
Just a moment ago, here's that quick restart. Clumsy touch from Duke, and he takes the foul. You talk about it, Molly, him getting up right there. That's something that Sporting Kansas City and Swope Park Rangers practice a lot. These quick restarts. Marc, a clever little touch there to avoid the challenge of Kastner, but a crunching challenge from Green. It's been all action in the right back in this first half. Here's Selbel, squaring pass for Gonzalez, but it's good goalkeeping. And Goitia read the run there. Dangerous move from Nansel Selbel down the left-hand side.
And that started from another quick restart. Marc just picked up the ball and threw it in and found Selbel.
So quick restart leads to danger in the back. We've seen Nansel Selbel, his pace really causing problems down that left-hand side. There's a throw in up towards Luna. Out of play, and Molly, how about this for a chance for the Swope Park Rangers and Nansel Selbel?
Yeah, Selbel didn't have a lot of space, so he got in the best ball that he could, but it's a pretty tough one for the attacker to get their foot on that ball, so the goalkeeper kind of had an easy save just since he did come off his line.
Yeah, just running out of real estate there, but well read by Borja and Goitia. Bilbaino. Here's Colton Storm cutting his way into midfield. Finds Christian Duke, and it's tackled away by Murphy. Heads up play though to keep it alive for the Rangers. Musa. Battle in midfield with James, and it's a foul against James Musa as well. Here, some crowd members disagree with that call, but Kevin Radisov pulling in the way of the Jamaican Jorginho James.
I don't really see anything wrong with that.
Interesting one there. Well read by James, but did look like Musa just got his foot on the ball. Nonetheless, Rio Grande Valley gets a restart here just on the other side of midfield. 20 minutes in. Still 0-0 here. These two teams still figuring each other out. There's Eric Bird sending it out to the right-hand side with Kastner. Quick throw. Ruben Luna posting up on Doyle inside the area here. Challenged away once and then again by Liam Doyle. And in the end, it's off Ruben Luna. Strong defending there from number 66 for the Swope Park Rangers. Just as we're saying that, there's injured player down for the Rangers. Looks like James Musa, the man down, didn't quite see what happened to him there. Perhaps something for Nikola Popovic to worry about early on. James Musa holding his left knee.
Make sure you get that back.
What is Nikola Popovic talking about with his Swope Park Rangers team at this point in time? 21 minutes on the clock.
I think so far, I'm sure that the plan was for them to have a lot of movement up top and be interchanging in the midfield and the striker positions, because that's obviously what we've been seeing a ton of. And I think to just keep going, I think a lot of times teams, when they're not scoring or not getting on the score sheet early, they think they need to change things up, but I think they just need to keep doing what they're doing.
Of course, Rio Grande Valley, talk about it, many teams that come in here bunker in and allow Swope Park Rangers a ton of possession. They've been pressing as well, the visitors. Gonzalez getting some instructions in during this little bit of a break as James Musa is just gingerly walking towards the sideline. We'll have to see if he can continue in midfield for the Swope Park Rangers. Talked about his 13th start. One game suspension for yellow card accumulation, but after that, started every single game since the first game, second on the team in minutes as well. Musa has played every minute of every game he's played. To assess that left knee and see if he can continue on this one. For the time being, Swope Park Rangers down to 10 and attacking. Colton Storm bringing it through for Libo Moloto. Go all the way back to Doyle. Selbel sizing up his defender. Bounce of the back of the referee there. Rangers keeping possession despite being down a player. Here's Duke, spotted the run of not so Selbel, but just couldn't quite put it into the path of the diminutive Selbel. 5-4. Meantime, James Musa just allowed back onto the field and just back in time to get a foul called against him.
Yeah, he hit his whole body and hands a little bit over the other team's players. So.
Not the most difficult call that Radosov will make this evening. James Musa seems to be okay. Come right back on the field and commit a foul. Quickly taken free kick is headed out of play by Colton Storm. He's another of the Sporting Kansas City players on loan here this evening. Making his 10th start this season for the Rangers, Colton Storm. Got some defending to do here from this throw-in. Leo Ayala, the Houston native, looking for the post-up of Luna. Strong defending in the end there from the Swope Park Rangers on that throw-in. Bit of a mix-up there, but it's good pressure as well. Kyle Murphy causing some havoc there along the Swope Park Rangers back line. Gonzalez did well to win that back, and now the Rangers will try and build it out of this right-hand side. Good pressure. Now a turnover. Gidich looking for Duke at midfield. James just trying to slip it through, and Swope Park Rangers struggling to pass it around the back. Ayala now up for Murphy. Plenty of space here to deliver across. He does. It's a tender cross on the edge of the area. Kastner pulls it away from James, and then gets the foul called, and a bit of an exchange there between Jorginho James and Robert Kastner, as it looked like James was lining up for a shot. Bit of the okey doke there. Charlie Brown, perhaps. In the end, Kastner loses out possession as well, and it's a foul against him, so the Rangers again will come from a defensive third. Duke just trying to slip that through to Moloto. You could see that it was on. Duke spotted it, but just couldn't quite get the pass. Musa inviting Storm forward. He keeps it in play with a nice first touch. Storm sizing up a defender. He'll drop it back. Oliveira. Little nutmeg pass. Moloto charging through in a last-ditch challenge. And what a challenge it was. Robert Sagel on the full stretch to break up a golden opportunity for Lebo Moloto.
Great play by Oliveira, obviously, to slip that ball in between the legs. And now it's a corner kick.
It's a fantastic challenge. Robert Sagel looked all the world as though Moloto was slipped in behind. Another corner kick here. Set pieces piling up for the Swope Park Rangers in this first half. In towards the near post. Luna wants a handball. It's not given. It'll be another opportunity. Oliveira this time in towards the spot, and it's off the bar, and Gonzalez blazes over. James Musa rattles the crossbar. Somehow this game is still scoreless.
It's a good job by Musa to get on top of that and try to head it down onto the frame. It was still a little bit too high. But then the rebound by Marc Anthony Gonzalez. Here we go.
How about that? Two great chances for the Swope Park Rangers here on the recycle of this corner kick. So Musa with the great leap. Crossbar still shaking, and then Gonzalez just couldn't put in the rebound. Probably the best chance of the game so far. Marc, the delicate ball floated over the top, but Selbles found himself in an offside position. Nikola Popovic watching on. We talked about it. It's been a complete change in style this year for Swope Park Rangers. Very much a counter-attacking team last season.
I think the only times they've gotten themselves in trouble tonight is when they're giving the ball away in critical areas. So they just have to continue to keep minimizing that.
Here's Bird. Taking on a double team. He's done well to keep possession for the Toros. Ayala, though, is crowded out Marc Anthony Gonzalez, and home fans didn't like that. It's a foul against Marc Anthony Gonzalez on the near sideline. Nearing the half-hour mark here. Still scoreless in Kansas City. Goitia just playing it up the left-hand side. Storm did well to deal with the challenge of Murphy. Here's a nice little first-time touch. Moloto, he's found Marc Anthony Gonzalez cutting inside and stolen away. Jorginho James cleaning up for RGV. It's just booted clear there in orange, but it's good defensive work so far from Rio Grande Valley, and we've seen the number 6 popping up all over the place, Jorginho James. This one goes into the hands of Goitia. He's kind of cut across the ball there to lay it up for Kastner. Back heel from Bird. James wants Murphy to get going. Just not the execution needed on that pass forward, Jorginho. Rangers building out from the back again. Musa finds Oliveira. Here's Kevin Oliveira. Good to see him back in action this summer after a tough knee injury last summer. Found a good pass inside from Moloto. Moloto exchanging passes with Duke. Here's the South African. Wide right for Storm. Patient build-up here from the Swope Park Rangers. All the way back for Gidic again. He'll switch to the left-hand side with Liam Doyle. Here, Molly, is another example of the Swope Park Rangers and trying to mimic that Sporting Kansas City possession style.
And just pick and choose the moments. They're keeping the ball. And just those little passes sometimes. It doesn't seem like it makes a big difference when you play it really close to a player that's standing not that far away from you, but it does. The ball moves faster than the player, so if they just keep making those small passes, eventually they're going to pull Rio Grande Valley out of position and be able to find the open man on the switch.
Just like that, the commentator's curse, a bunch of passes built up, and it's a slack touch from Colton Storm. Bounces off the right back and out of play. Here's Gidic. Towering header into the path of Duke. He's found Oliveira. Moloto just evades the challenge of Bird, and he'll go all the way back for Parker Marr. The first time pass from Duke. Moloto now sliding it in behind for Selbel, and again, it's an offside. And now it'll be a yellow card for Nansel Selbel as he kicks the ball away in frustration, and really just a needless yellow picked up by Nansel Selbel there after that offside call.
And that's another thing, sometimes having younger players, the more he continues to grow into this team, the more he's going to have to learn that it's silly to get a card in a position like that. You should only really be getting cards for on-field contact, because you can put your team in a bad situation later on.
So Selbel will have to play the rest of this game, 60 minutes or so of careful soccer. He's on a yellow card, first in the book this evening. Here's a deflected clearance, and Doyle just trying to shield Luna away. Bit of a scramble there after the deflection, but Doyle does well in the end. Oliveira now picks it up. Tries to loft one over the top, but second ball won by the Rangers. It's Colton Storm. Now Duke. Selbel fresh off that yellow card. Musa. Let's Gidic get involved in the attack. You see Oliveira. Some hand movements, looking for a run here. He's found it. Colton Storm cut back now for Gonzalez, and Gonzalez comes over and smashes one out of play.
Not a bad idea by Storm. I think he had two options. He either takes a first touch big down the end line and tries to get across up, but it didn't look like anybody was in the box just yet, so trying to find Marc-Anthony Gonzalez back behind him. Not a bad idea, just needed to be a little bit sharper to make the connection.
Here's Duke. Nice little flick. Oliveira, edge of the area. It's a sliding challenge from Ayala. Oliveira gets on the end of the loose ball. Moloto lofting it over the top. Gonzalez just a half second behind. Soccer fans, Nike is an official sponsor of the USL. For more information, visit nike.com/soccer. There's a good run forward from Marc-Anthony Gonzalez. 4 goals in 7 games for Marc-Anthony Gonzalez, and spent a bit of the beginning of the season on the injury shelf as well. Gonzalez just floating that one aimlessly over to the right-hand side. It's out of play. The Rangers get another chance to start from defense. Oliveira just Can't quite find the feet of Gonzalez. How about that from Colton Storm, though, chasing that one all the way back to the goalkeeper. There's a challenge in midfield, Musa. He's picked out Moloto, and now a ball into the feet of Selbel.
No way!
And again, it's an offside against Nansel Selbel. That has to be 4 or 5 of those in this first half. Fans, stay up to date on the latest USL news and information from around the league. There's a handball against Ruben Luna. Tune into USL Coast to Coast with Mike Watts, Mondays at 8 o'clock Central on Sirius XM-FC Channel 85. Also, don't forget, Sirius XM-FC will air the USL Game of the Week. Check uslsoccer.com for dates and times. Here's Djidic back for Doyle. 10 minutes to go until the halftime break. Still scoreless here between the Swope Park Rangers and Rio Grande Valley FC. Selbel, the touch got away, but it winds up being good for the Rangers because here comes Parker Marr inside from Moloto, edge of the area. Just dribbles around a defender, and somehow it goes wide. Oh, Moloto does all the hard work there, and he just pokes it wide right, the goalkeeper's post.
And a good early ball by Marr, but even before that, I think it was Christian Duke that found Marr through, and then a quick touch and a quick ball in, and then obviously Moloto doing some fancy stuff, but just couldn't find the back of the net.
What a chance for Moloto there after the ball ricocheted off a couple legs in the box. Got there ahead of Angoitia. Unable to direct it on frame. But you talked about it, Molly. It was excellent build-up work down that left-hand side, and it was the quickness of the passes that really opened up the RGV defense there. There's Oliveira, through from Moloto, rounds the keeper, and slots it home. Straight down the middle. Leva Moloto gives the Swope Park Rangers a 1-0 lead.
And it's again that quick decision by Kevin Oliveira to find Moloto in behind the defense.
So he had a golden opportunity just a minute ago. This time, Leva Moloto is going to make no mistake in behind the defense. He's picked up his second goal of the season. What a pass as well from Kevin Oliveira. Another look here at.
What's even more impressive is that Moloto even starts that play, finding Kevin, the quick 1-2, and then finishes the play that he started.
Calm finish there. Sees the keeper coming off his line. And a nice little celebration as well. A hug for a fan in the zoo. The Swope Park Rangers lead 1-0 thanks to Moloto's second goal of the season. It was Kevin Oliveira's third assist as well. He's the first Swope Park Ranger with 3 assists this year. Immediately, RGV looking for a response over the top. Ruben Luna giving chase, but unable to really pressure the Swope Park Rangers defense there. And of course, goals change games, Molly, but just the way that the Swope Park Rangers like to play, now they have that 1-goal lead as well, just to keep on with that possession style.
And they've been definitely controlling the half so far when it comes to possession, and now they finally got on the score sheet.
Possession tells the Rangers. We move on to the 41st minute. Now have a lead to protect at home. And Oliveira perhaps feeling it from that assist. Just couldn't quite pick out Naltosebo on the far side. It's well read there by Green. Now Ayala all the way back to the keeper. Well read up top by Wharton. Just couldn't quite connect with Luna. Musa now, powerful header wide left for Selbel. There's Marc inviting the challenge from Kastner, just trying to find an out ball, but he can't. Good pressure from Kastner. Here he is on the ball now. Just looping it for the run of Luna. Marc wanted the goalie to come. Zendejas stuck to his line, so it's a throw-in for RGV. This time it's the pressure from the away side that really pays off.
And I think so many times, though, you see that where the outside back is looking for the goalkeeper to come grab the ball, and there's a really big problem. So it was good that Marc realized he wasn't coming and was able to get it out for a throw-in and a little bit less of a dangerous situation. Better safe than sorry. You're in your own penalty area. Luna, good post-up move. Keeps possession, and Kastner's cross is blocked away. Christian Duke this time charging that one down. Ruben Luna. Talked about it, fresh off that goal against Colorado Springs, leading the line this evening. There's a good cross just over the head of Luna. And Gonzalez takes that whack across the chest. Ayala can't control that. Here's Oliveira. Plenty of time, he'll just drop it back to Džidić. USL is one of the most prominent second division professional leagues in the world, featuring some of the game's top talent and rising stars. Stay up to date with all the latest league news and information by visiting www.uslsoccer.com and follow them on Twitter @USL. There's a sidewinding Nick Raimondo style kick from Goitia. Doesn't quite come off for the Basque goalkeeper. Duke wants a word with the referee. RGV still comfortable with allowing Džidić to pass it back and forth with Adrian Zendejas. Finally, Zendejas tries to clear it. You hear the smack from that header from Ayala. A couple of tackles on RGV players. No fouls given, but game stopped here as Kyle Murphy and Todd Wharton find themselves on the ground. A couple of tackles flying in here, but nothing given by the referee. A whole lot in those challenges, but it appears as though Wharton and Murphy are able to pick themselves up. Continue on here, just a minute left of regular time. And Molly, might we see this a little more in the second half as well? Rangers just trying to bring RGV out of their defensive shape. I think we'll continue to see that for sure in the second half as well.
Here's a foul given. Kyle Murphy trying to juke his way past two blue shirts. Just drawing the whistle. And it will be perhaps one last opportunity for RGV here. Trailing by 1-0. Haven't really created too much on offense at either of the visitors. TJ Kastner. Standing over this one, waiting for his right-footed delivery. Center Cornerbacks up in the area as well. Kastner towards the edge of the box, flicked on. Murphy gets a good head to it. And then offside on that flick on. So decent attempt there. Kyle Murphy trying to flick it on from a tough position.
That's a good ball in, and if he wasn't offside, that could have become another dangerous chance.
Good line played, though, by the Rangers. 2 minutes of stoppage time added on to the end of this first half. Swope Park Rangers leading by 1-0 against the Leva Moloto. The later stages of this first half. There's Doyle floating it over the top, headed down by Green. Cleared away by Bird. Be a throw-in for the Rangers. About 3/4 of the way up the pitch. Marc just casually tosses that one over to Selbo. He's shrugged off the ball by Kastner. Up towards Luna, and he's won a free kick there off a challenge from Liam Doyle. A little bit of a talking to there for Liam Doyle as well. Making his 9th start for the Rangers, Liam Doyle. Started somewhat out of the picture of the starting lineup the early stages of the season, but has really forced his way into Nikola Popovic's rotation. And as the seconds tick on towards the end of this stoppage time, the Toros just float this one up to the area. Storm will hack it clear. Ayala, it's an interesting touch, and it's fallen right to Moloto. He's got some numbers streaking forward, including Marc-Anthony Gonzalez in the area. Touches it around the keeper. Gonzalez from the tight angle. He squeezes it home. It's a wonderful goal from Marc-Anthony Gonzalez. It looked like the chance had gone, but he found a way. 2-0 to SPR.
Ayala makes a bad touch to give the ball away right here, and then Lebo Moloto picks it up, and what a good decision-making play by him to take a little bit of space, but then play it in just enough time to keep Marc-Anthony Gonzalez onside. I don't even think he gets a touch there, but luckily he's able to keep it in play before it goes out of bounds, and it goes in the back of the net.
How about that? It's a real goal scorer's finish. Marc-Anthony Gonzalez, it's his 5th goal as he leads the Swope Park Rangers. Just his 8th appearance as well. And what a time to get it just before the end of the first half.
With the assist from number 22,
So 2-0 to the Rangers. It's the restart here, and that will be the last act of the first half. The Swope Park Rangers get a goal from Leva Moloto and an assist from Moloto as well. Just before the halftime break, Marc-Anthony Gonzalez makes it 2-0. Stay with us. We'll be right back for all the first half stats, highlights, and analysis. As we go into the halftime interval, it's the Swope Park Rangers 2, Rio Grande Valley FC 0. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Halftime here in Kansas City, Missouri. The Swope Park Rangers leading by a score of 2-0 over Rio Grande Valley FC. And it was an entertaining first half as well. Alongside Molly Dreska, I'm Carter Augustine. Let's take a look at some of our first half highlights as the Swope Park Rangers get out to a 2-0 lead over the first half, and there's plenty of early chances. This was probably the best early on, James Musa.
He's able to get his head on it, but not get it quite low enough, and then Marc Gonzalez fires it over the frame.
Maloto active in the first half. This was a really good opportunity. He missed that one, but made up for it just moments later. The opening goal, Libo Maloto.
It was similar, the touch with his outside foot, with the outside of his foot, and then an inside of the foot finish past the goalkeeper.
It's a wonderful goal from Libo Maloto. He would add an assist as well just before the stroke of halftime. Tough turnover, and Maloto providing the pass for Marc Gonzalez.
Again, he doesn't get a touch on the ball there, but he's able to save it before it goes out of bounds. And like you said earlier, a real goal scorer's finish.
Closes it from the tight angle. That was a cherry on top of the first half of the Swope Park Rangers. They get the second goal just before halftime, and it's a typical story here. The Swope Park Rangers controlling that first half and controlling possession as well.
I think we could see that pretty early on. Looked like RGV was kind of attacking when they got the ball and sending a lot of numbers forward, but when they weren't, they were dropping in. And Swope was just patiently waiting and eventually was able to get one on frame, and then a second one followed shortly thereafter.
You can see there just a one shot for RGV, 5 corners to nothing for Swope Park Rangers, and that 63% possession as well. Telling so far in this first half, SPR get 2 late goals. One from Libo Maloto, one from Marc Gonzalez. They lead 2-0. We'll be right back for the second half kick.
We built the USL into the largest Division II professional soccer league in the world. And now the time has come to announce USL Division III, America's professional third division league, completing the U.S. pro soccer landscape. It's time for your town, your team, your game. D3 will fuel local pride and local passion, creating a new legacy for the beautiful game and inspiring its tribal following across the country. This is professional soccer, built on a disciplined financial model and operational excellence. Featuring exciting venues to thrill fans, in hungry new markets yearning for the game. USL Division III, professional, passionate, proven. Pro soccer starts here, coming in 2019. For more information, visit usld3.com.
Here's your check. Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. God, no.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early. You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
The 2017 USL season already has been one for the record books, with major new names including Phoenix Rising FC's Didier Drogba and Omar Bravo, and the Tampa Bay Rowdies' Marcel Schaefer adding to the excitement as the league continues to raise the level on and off the field.
United Soccer League, Oklahoma City Energy taking on the Sacramento Republic FC. You make the top play, we will find you. Check out Miguel Gonzalez.
Pittsburgh Riverhounds versus Toronto FC. Victor Sudo drills the rocket upper right corner. This is the only goal in the game. Riverhounds win at 1-0.
San Antonio FC and the Tulsa Roughnecks. 4th-minute scoreless game. Chris Turpak in the box falls down. Doesn't prevent him from scoring.
This is from USL. FC Cincinnati made some news earlier in the week as they made it to the next round of the U.S. Open Cup. And how about this goal by Andrew Weidman? He does all the heavy lifting. Boom, boom, boom. Smack. Game ends 2-2 against Charleston Battery.
Rowdy's taking on the Richmond Kickers. Oh. Rowdy's cross, header blocked. DeShorn Brown. Look at DeShorn in great position, finishing with the scissor kick.
The thrilling action on the field has been seen by record levels of support in the stands. New facilities like those in Rio Grande Valley and Phoenix have welcomed fans to new, exciting eras for both clubs, while fervent support for clubs like the Richmond Kickers, Tampa Bay Rowdies, San Antonio FC, Louisville City FC, and Sacramento Republic FC has put the league on course for total attendance of more than 2 million this season, a historic high. Sacramento has been at the forefront of the rising competition too, with Republic FC's victory against Real Salt Lake sending the side into the round of 16 in the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup for the first time. Ottawa Fury FC's arrival in the USL has been marked by a remarkable victory against Toronto FC in front of a passionate crowd at TD Place in the Canadian Championship, while the second highest crowd in Open Cup history, 32,287 fans, saw FC Cincinnati earn a thrilling penalty shootout victory against the Chicago Fire to advance to the quarterfinals. As the season reaches its halfway point, the USL has never been stronger.
In 2014, we met Kit Van Sickle, an incredible 3-year-old girl who had just been diagnosed with leukemia and formed a unique friendship with Sporting KC defender Kevin Ellis. Since then, Kit has endured 20 spinal taps, multiple blood transfusions, and 859 days of chemotherapy on her way to defeating cancer. On June 17th, Kit took her final chemotherapy pill, and it was time to head to Children's Mercy to get her port removed.
So we're gonna have a good day today? What's gonna happen today? What do you get rid of? There's number 2. Who else is gonna come see us?
Who's your favorite sport in Kansas City?
Who? Kevin. Yeah.
Kevin.
This port has been kind of the main place where she's received all of her chemotherapy, so she's had it this entire time, and that's where she's been kind of poked and prodded multiple times. And today marked the end of that. So she took her last medicine the other day, and we were able to get the port removed today. And so now she gets to go back to just doing normal things.
Look at those glasses. What's that one do? What are you doing today? Getting your port out. Just turning into a cat. Good job. Can you sit up so I can listen to your back? Do you like to go by Kathleen or Kathy or Katie or? Go by Kit. Kit. Yes. Well, Kit, you know what I'm gonna do today? I'm gonna take your port out. Are you all done with it? We don't need it anymore. We don't need it anymore, do we?
These are my favorite visits because it means
Okay. Happy to. Look at her hat. What's sporting on? Are you ready? You got this, girlfriend.
Do a great job, okay? I love you. It's really just a huge moment for us because this really signifies, you know, kind of the end of the road of this chapter in our lives right now. And, you know, I've got goosebumps just talking about it.
So I'm gonna. Kevin will be here when you wake up. Yes. Yep. Hey. Oh, okay.
How you doing, buddy? Good seeing you.
We're just.
Hey, girlfriend.
She's getting a little nervous. We told her she's gonna do great though.
It's gonna be awesome.
She just asked right freaking. She said, "Is Kevin gonna be here when I wake up?"
I'll be here when you wake up if you want me to. I'm gonna give you a hug, okay?
All right. Say thank
See
you.
you,
All right. We'll see you soon. We're gonna get this done.
See ya.
All right. Let's go do it. Let's do it.
We're anxiously waiting to see her now. We're also excited. I don't think anybody in the waiting room over there stopped smiling.
But she's perfect. Good. She's just sleeping. Good. She's still sleeping. Wanna wake up? Hey, sissy. Oh, it says. That is so good. You're welcome. You go, girl. When you've beaten cancer, you can eat a cupcake however you want, right? Okay, sister, are you ready to go home? You want to leave? You like to dance? Thank you for coming.
Yes,
can you tell Kevin thank you?
I'm gonna see you real soon.
Welcome back. The sun is just about set here in Kansas City, Missouri. And the Swope Park Rangers leading 2-0 at halftime over RGV FC. And Molly Dreska, what'd you make of that first half from the Swope Park Rangers, and what do they need to do in the second half to continue on towards these 3 points?
Well, I think we've been talking about it throughout the whole game, but really possession is key, and it has been key so far. And if they continue to do what they're doing, I think it's going to be another good half from the Swope Park Rangers. They had 72% of the possession after the first half, and I know that's exactly what Nikola Popovic has been wanting from his guys. So, as always, continuing to limit the giveaways in the critical areas and keep doing what they're doing.
The Swope Park Rangers start the second half with the ball. They'll be kicking off from right to left. In the all blue strips. RGV switching sides. They'll be going left to right, and they're all orange. And here's a sloppy giveaway right off the bat. Well, you said you have to try and limit those in the second half, and Liam Doyle with the hand up to his midfielders there as he just gifted that one away right off the bat.
And those are the exact ones that we are talking about, because when you're playing the ball across and everyone's momentum's going one way, and then they get a turnover like that, it really gets your team out of position to react to defending that ball, which could lead to some dangerous chances for the visitors.
Quickly scrambled away for a foul there to stop the counterattack, but Rio Grande Valley will now build it out from the back. Just one shot in the first half for RGV. What do they need to do in the second half to improve their chances and get back in it, trailing by 2 goals?
You know, they were talking about being organized before this game and making sure to try to keep another shutout. Obviously, that hasn't come true for them tonight, but I think they're just going to need to
As the ball is in the area. Get back to that thought in just a second here. RGV struggling to get rid of it. James gives way to Oliveira, tries to float it over, and scrambling to his right there. Angoitia just manages to claw that one away, but a decent effort from Kevin Oliveira.
Here's another look. It's another turnover. Kevin Oliveira picks his head up and curls it to the goalkeeper's right side.
Perhaps going off frame there, but
forced the save by the keeper, though. So exactly what the Rangers are probably looking to do to get a corner kick here.
Several corners, 5 in fact in that first half to 0 for RGV. So Kevin Oliveira will take control of this, the 6th corner of the game for SPR. Plenty of blue shirts in the box. Oliveira again up towards the penalty spot in an improvised finish attempt there. James Musa, both feet off the ground, somehow hooks that one towards goal. What a crazy attempt from James Musa this was.
Another good ball in by Oliveira. He's been great on the corner kick so far tonight. I'm not exactly sure what you call that form of a bicycle kick. Not too bad, just over the bar.
Using the defender there as a bit of a prop. It's an improvised attempt from James Musa and just flashed over the bar. So a good chance for the Rangers on another corner kick. Here's Oliveira just harrying Ayala, and that'll be a foul against Oliveira. But just back to that point, just before a couple of pushes and shoving there, but just before that set piece situation, we're talking about RGV and what they need to do to get back in this game.
I think they need to go back to what they want to do. I think they want to keep the ball, right? Every team wants to keep the ball. But I know their coach was saying before the game that he also wants to make sure they limit chances outside for the Swope Park Rangers. But then it turns out that the Swope Park Rangers came right down the middle at them, and that's never the place that you want to give up on the field. So I just think they need to be more organized on the defensive side, and then once they get the ball, find a way to keep possession. They can't keep giving it away.
So organized last year with Wilmer Cabrera. They finished with 3rd place in the West. Here's a good ball in behind for Marc Anthony Gonzalez, and he gets the return to Maloto. Back heel, Storm in the area, looking for a teammate. It's deflected, and he scores. Colton Storm takes control of the situation himself in the area, and he just smashes it past the defender. It's 3-0 to the Swope Park Rangers.
And we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about Lebo Maloto one more time. He's the one that starts this playoff, coming all the way back into the midfield. And then playing the ball off to Colton Storm. First touch, second touch, and he strikes it low and hard, deflected into the back of the net.
First goal for Colton Storm.
Oh, it's really deep. Park Rangers. It's really redirected by the defender there. It had the goalkeeper going in the opposite direction.
It's a tough deflection for Angoitia, but Colton Storm won't care. It's his first goal for SPR. We'll have to wait and see if Lebo Maloto gets another assist there. You talked about it. What about Lebo Maloto in the build-up to that goal, and a nice silky back heel in the box as well. There he is, getting on the ball. Maloto really feeling it this game. Gonzalez just tries to speed around Ayala, but Gonzalez was there, able to hook it clear. This one's helped on. Go back in the box, and Lebo Maloto in fine form this evening.
We talk about the depth on the Swope Park Rangers team. You've got one of the leading goal scorers on the bench tonight, and then Lebo Maloto proving his case, playing fantastic and being a part of all 3 goals, really.
A nice back heel that led to Colton Storm. Thought he'd try and pass it to a teammate there, but Storm just smashes it off a deflection past the goalkeeper. It's a real mountain to climb for Rio Grande Valley now. Just 5 on the bench as well for Junior Gonzalez, manager of RGV, if he wants to make a change in this game. There's an exception to that challenge. Todd Wharton didn't like the tackle from Kevin Oliveira. Bird floating it into this near side corner. Good defensive work. Parker Marr wins the tackle. Tries to clear it, but James is there. Slots it in for Wharton. Here's Eric Bird. He has 2 goals and 2 assists on the year. Bird hasn't really been his influential self in this game. Ayala gets possession back, and that ball finds its way through Marc. Murphy now sliding it inside. RGV is starting to get a few passes strung together. Here's the cross that floats all the way through the box. Marc-Anthony Gonzalez all the way tracking back, and it's great work from Marc-Anthony Gonzalez, leading goal scorer on the defensive end for the Swope Park Rangers. Is that part of the team ethos for the Swope Park Rangers team, pressing all over the field? You got a forward all the way back drawing a foul just outside of his penalty box.
I think it is, and I know that every game they're going to be pressing high, just like Sporting Kansas City would.
Great ball in behind. Murphy, first time cross. Read well. Liam Doyle there to head it away from Ruben Luna. Green now stands that one up. It's a great cross. Headed back down by Kastner. But Musa there for the second ball. He'll just float this one away, and it's back into the defensive area for Ivan Megales. 53 minutes gone in this game. 3 goals to nothing. Swope Park Rangers leading RGV, and now RGV just trying to pass along that back line, looking for some type of foothold in this game. Angoitia in his 8th game. Made 20 saves in those first 7 games. He's had to pick it out of his net 3 times in this one. Wharton now just driving towards the defense. Finds Luna on the edge of the area. Murphy again, first time cross. It's an awkward one for Storm. Bounces right into his midsection. And he'll take no chances there. Colton Storm dealing with a tough hop. Storm again in the wars over on the far hand side. There's Bird picking it up. Finds a good ball, plenty of space for Murphy on the right. Murphy cuts it onto his left foot, sizzles across, straight through the heart of the area, and straight past everyone in an orange shirt. There's Kyle Murphy starting to get involved here in this second half.
Yeah, and that ball that was played outside to him from Eric Bird. Sporting Kansas City fans listening might recognize him because he went about 80 minutes in the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup match when Sporting Kansas City played the Dynamo a couple weeks ago. But just like you said, Murphy with a really good look there. Obviously, he would have wanted to get that a little bit more on frame, unless that was a pass to Luna on the back post.
Just past Luna and the outstretched legs from Mircic there. So the ensuing goal kick is blasted up the field and out of play off a Swope Park Ranger. Throw in for RGV as the sun continuing to set here in Kansas City. Just closing in on 9 o'clock local time. Still 84 degrees out there. Now Colton Storm saying he didn't hear the whistle. Ruben Luna didn't exactly buy that excuse. It'll be a restart here for the Swope Park Rangers. You mentioned it, SPR coming into this game on a hot streak, 6 unbeaten. And undefeated in the month of June. A nice win on the road against LA2 last week. And here's Selville, just pestering Green, winning the ball back in an advanced position. Now it's a Selville. KC Academy product. Rides the challenge, plays it back for Liam Doyle. Doyle now trying to find the run of Selbel, and Kai Green hacks that one clear. We've seen this battle all afternoon. Kai Green versus Natsel Selbel. He's a handful, Natsel Selbel. He's on a yellow card, Selbel, but seen plenty of action from him down this left-hand side.
You talked about it, former Academy player. He's only 20 years old, so I think definitely there's been some parts of the game tonight that he can work on a little bit, but what he's shown has been really great. When his speed and getting down in the flank and creating opportunities for Swope Park Rangers. But I think some of those offside calls early on, and like you said, that silly yellow card, are things that with age and more maturity, he's going to learn to not do those things.
Here he is again, pestering down the left-hand side. It's deflected away. It'll be a throw-in deep in the attacking third for the Swope Park Rangers. There's no hurry to take any of these restarts at this point, leading 3-0, closing in on an hour played. Parker Marr, who just was called up for an Open Cup match. Here's a dangerous challenge on the edge of the area, and could have been a penalty. Instead, it's a yellow card for Todd Wharton, and boy, was that close to being inside the penalty box there. Instead, it'll be a free kick just outside, and a yellow card. Todd Wharton goes in the books.
Ladies and gentlemen, a yellow card caution has been issued to Rio Grande Valley FC number 14, Todd Wharton.
Interesting challenge, as it appeared as though the Swope Park Rangers didn't really have anywhere to go there on the edge of the area, and that tackle just flies in.
Let's take another look. I think it's a good call. It looks like it does appear to be just outside the edge of the box, but definitely a little chippy. Wharton getting into Kevin Oliveira's ankle.
So Oliveira drew the foul, and again, he's the man standing over this dead ball. An assist to his name in the first half. Oliveira, he'll go for goal and stomps into the ground as well. Just way too high there. Not at all trouble for Borja and Goitia.
Anytime you get a free kick in that area, you want to make sure to keep it on frame or in the field of play, but can't quite fault Kevin Oliveira for his kicks from different locations tonight. He's had a few free kicks, but his corner kicks have been pretty outstanding, so I think we could give him a pass on that one attempt.
Here's Green trying to slot it in behind for the run of Murphy. It's a good ball, dangerous as well. Adrian Zendejas alert to the danger. That ball looked to be inch perfect, if not for the intervention of the man in green, the goalkeeper for the Swope Park Rangers.
And we talked about Zendejas early on, and that we're going to need him to make some big plays tonight. He hasn't had that many shots that he's had to make big plays on, but this is something, look how far out he is in the 18, right on that edge. So, you know, he had to see that so early on, and if he doesn't come out, that's a really good opportunity for RGV that you don't really see it turn into that because of his awareness.
Zendejas making his 10th start for the Rangers, the Chula Vista, California native. Of course, signed last season, about midway through the season. Some time in the Tijuana ranks, and this stoppage in play will allow for the first substitution of the game. Checking in, Victor Garza, who usually a starter. He's made 7 starts on the year, just his 4th appearance off the bench for Victor Garza. He comes in and replaces Kyle Murphy. Maloto, maybe feeling himself after a nice performance there, and that's not going to make any highlight reels, that shot attempt from Limo Maloto. Confirmation of the sub there. Murphy withdrawn 2 goals for Kyle Murphy on the season. Just not a whole lot in it for RGV this afternoon. Right now we're seeing, I think, Molly, we're just seeing a like-for-like situation here. Victor Garza slotting in on that right-hand side. here's Maloto picking it up. Numbers back for Rio Grande Valley. Jadic can just find his goalkeeper's feet. Doyle spreads it wide left for Marc. It's a ball for Selbo to chase against Green. Again, it's the pesky nature, not so Selbo.
Get it off his fucking leg!
And Kaya Green wanted that to be a throw-in for Rio Grande Valley.
Come on now. Sometimes go in, I'll go around.
I believe he thought that ball hit off Nacho Selbo's leg.
Go ahead.
Said it's a throw-in for Parker Marr. Gets it back. Here's a nice little slide pass from Selbo, but Gonzalez's pass goes astray. Kastner just floats one up along the near-hand side. In the end, Parker Marr did a good job there. Kept it in play. Poor giveaway, though. Zendejas straight to Wharton. He's found Garza. Gets a return now. Garza trying to go one-on-one, and he's just shrugged off the ball there. Parker Marr with a no-nonsense challenge. The left back, we've talked about it, he made it to the bench for the US Open Cup game. For Sporting Kansas City, Parker Marr. And the Joplin native throws this one in. And the Swope Park Rangers exchange some passes in midfield. And look at this run from Kevin Oliveira, just stretching past Kastner. Lays it off for Maloto, and he just takes a little bit of a nick there. Eric Bird coming back in and chirping around his feet.
Definitely clipped his ankle just a little bit. Good call.
Did slow up the attack, though, for Swope Park Rangers. And Doyle, Isle of Man International, found Nacho Selbo. Space for Duke. He's found a good pass as well. Maloto. Wide left now, Marr. And Selbo, a little step over, beats a defender. On the cover, though, Robert Sagal came over, and he had to be there, the center half. Alert to the danger.
Another similarity to Sporting Kansas City, Parker Marr and Colton Storm have been getting up the flanks a ton so far tonight, and that's obviously something that Sporting Kansas City also tries to do. So if they're trying to play like Sporting Kansas City, they're definitely doing a good job.
See Marr trotting back to talk with Colton Storm, perhaps about their swashbuckling ways along the flanks. Now here comes the corner kick. Oliveira in towards the 6, headed clear, and that was had an attempt from Jadic. Out of play, it'll be a goal kick for RGV. Quickly taken, and in some trouble there. It was an important touch along the far hand side. Looked like Wharton just got a touch to that. He has to wear a tough foul as well. And is that a yellow card?
Ladies and gentlemen, substitution for Swope Park Rangers in the 66th
Looks like there was a yellow card given, or perhaps not, just writing in his notebook. And that allows for the first sub of the game for the home team, and it's Nacho Selbo being withdrawn for Carlton Belmar. What'd you make of the SKC Academy product, his performance this afternoon?
He was definitely getting up the flank, exactly what he was supposed to do. Like we talked about before, there were a few instances where I think he could have held his run a little bit so he wasn't called offside, but it was a really exciting performance from the youngster. Only 20 years old. He's definitely got a bright future if he continues to mature in this league.
Talk about the depth of the Rangers. Not a bad option to bring off coming into the game. You're tied for leading goal scorer, Carlton Belmar. He's got 4 on the year for the Rangers, and it's not a bad option to bring him off the bench, is it?
Definitely not, and they're both very different types of players. You'll see now with Belmar in the game a little bit more physicality, and I think that'll be an interesting mix to add at this point.
Strong player, Carlton Belmar, former USL Rookie of the Year. Here's another substitution as well, this one for the away team, as Christian Lucatero checks into the game, a big-time product, big-time prospect, and a product of the Houston Academy system. Here's an early chance for Belmar to stretch his legs coming just into the game. So Lucatero replaces TJ Kastner. Now, this is an exciting player to watch for the future for RGV and for Houston. Two-time Academy Player of the Year and also a US U20 international. So, chance for Christian Lucatero. Get a few more minutes, just 157 minutes on the year. Here's a attempt right at Borja Ngoitia, right at him. He's able to gather. He slaps this punt up towards the center circle, headed clear by Jidic. Here's a crowding out in midfield. Oliveira just a little too anxious. And James took exception to that challenge as well from Kevin Oliveira. Good pick out from the goalkeeper. He's found Wharton in a pocket of space. Wharton, a little shimmy past Musa, but his pass just a little short for Lucatero on the left-hand side. And here's Musa just deadening the ball in the right corner. Gonzalez chases it down. He's one-on-one with Megales. Finds it inside for Maloto. Duke, how he had Belmar behind him, just left it there, and that dissolves the danger for the Swope Park Rangers. You can see there, Molly still leading 3-0 in the 69th minute and still pressing high the Swope Park Rangers.
I think that's the job when you come in off the bench. You are expected to be flying. Everyone else is really tired from having played so many minutes before, so your job is to add a spark, and I think we saw that there with Belmar.
Trying to fight his way back into the starting 11 as well. The Rangers trying to protect this shutout. This clean sheet, they lead by 3-0. Here's a beautiful ball from Bird. He's found the run. Lucatero all the way on the left-hand side, but Lucatero just can't keep that one in play. Quickly restarted here with the Rangers. Maloto wanted the foul, gets the foul. Clever little move there in midfield from Lebo Maloto to pick up a foul. Minutes and change remaining here in Kansas City. This one looks to be slowly ticking towards a win for the home team. It's a good touch from Belmar. Charging inside, has a grip. Still slicing up and out towards the corner flag. There's Carlton Belmar cutting in from the left-hand side.
And again, I think that's exactly what you expect to see from Belmar. No surprises there.
Clumsy challenge from Amir Jidic. It's been a tough night for Ruben Luna. Tied for the lead on the team, 3 goals, tied with Memo Rodriguez, who we've seen gone up and gotten his first goal with the Houston Dynamo. But a tough night for Luna this evening. Just hasn't had all that much service, and it's a tough job for a number 9. Meanwhile, it was not a tough night for this man, Lebo Maloto. You can hear the cheers from the crowd as Lebo Maloto goes to the bench. He's replaced by Cameron Iwasa, but certainly one of Lebo Maloto's better nights in a Swope Park Rangers uniform.
I don't think you could say enough about his performance tonight. Involved in all 3 Swope Park Rangers goals. Put in a really great shift. But again, Cameron Iwasa coming off the bench, another player that you just can't believe that guy's coming off the bench. This Swope Park team is really deep this season.
Belmar just running out of real estate, one of the subs. goal line there, so it'll be a goal kick. But talk about it, Cameron Wassa coming into the game on loan from Sporting Kansas City. He's got 1 goal to his name so far with the Swope Park Rangers after an excellent season last year with Sacramento Republic. There's Lucatero just trying to dance around a few Rangers defenders. And on the turn there, it's a foul. Colton Storm saying he was being grabbed, but Luna able to pick up the foul here for the away team.
Storm's argument, I could see it. He was definitely being grabbed in the beginning, but then he definitely retaliated. So it was a little bit of shoving and pushing from both sides on that one.
Luna just on the turn there. Felt the contact, drew the foul. So Lucatero into the game off the bench. He'll take control of the service as a strong punch from Zendejas. Out from his own 6. For another opportunity, Lucatero. Good ball in towards the area. And cleared off the line. James Musa there to stop that one from trickling in to the far post. Still alive though. And this floated ball from Garza is headed out of play. Perhaps the best chance of the game though for Rio Grande Valley here. The Toros coming close. Second chance for Lucatero to deliver across.
Ladies and gentlemen, substitution for Rio
Got a little
Grande
sloppy
Valley
on that second rebound, but Adrian Zendejas, that first punch out, I think that's what you need from your goalkeeper. And I think on some of Kevin Oliveira's corner kicks in the first half, you weren't quite seeing that from RGV.
So here comes RGV making another substitution. This time, Emilio Garcia checks into the game for Kyle Murphy. Another player that usually starts for RGV. He's made 9 starts on the season. This is his second substitute appearance. Here he is immediately on the ball. He finds Lucatero. Left-hand side, floated up, edge of the area. Garza lays it off, and it's a smack, and what a save! Garcia straight into the game, has a go, and Adrian Zendejas had to stretch all the way to his left. Excellent save to keep this one at 3-0.
It's a great straight, a great shot, a great save, but to me the layoff, that header, playing it back like that is such a good decision. So many players are going to try to take that down and turn.
Here's Zendejas. Sorry, Molly, on the punch. There's a player down as well for the Swope Park Rangers. Looks like Liam Doyle is the man. A little bit hurt after that set piece situation. But you talked about it, that layoff, excellent from Garza there to just carve out that opportunity for the substitute. Emilio Garcia coming straight into the game, and just his second or third touch. Smacks one in first time and really challenges Adrian Zendejas on that save. We move into 75 minutes played. Liam Doyle making the long and delayed trot over towards the sidelines. Chance here for some players to get some water as well. But a big time save again from Adrian Zendejas to keep this thing at a clean sheet for the Swope Park Rangers. So the drop ball from the referee there is pumped up the left-hand side and out of play. Belmar giving chase, defended well by Green. Here's a nice first-time flick from Luna in towards Garcia. Getting chippy in midfield here, and now a foul against Oliveira. Fans, stay up to date on the latest USL news and information from around the league. Tune into USL Coast to Coast with Mike Watts, Mondays at 8 o'clock Central on Sirius XM FC Channel 85. Also, don't forget, Sirium XM FC will air the USL Game of the Week. Check uslsoccer.com for dates and times. Gidic defending for the Rangers. And Lucatero, he's seen a lot of the ball since he's come in on that left-hand side, the substitute for RGV. And there, Ayala just a little lackadaisical on the ball. He allows his pocket to be picked by Gonzalez. And commits the foul as well. Leo Ayala just 180 minutes coming into this game. Starting at left back for RGV. The ball for Belmar to challenge with Green. Second header won by Green. And controlled by Garza. Trying to put some impetus into this game. It's a ball trying to curl it over the head of Colton Storm. And boy, he used every inch of his 5'10" frame there, Storm. Just got a nice header on it as well. It's been a solid defensive afternoon from the Swope Park Rangers.
I think Storm in particular, his positioning has been really good. He's always on the right side of the player. And obviously that one, like dropping in there to be able to get a header just enough on it to keep it out of danger.
Here's Green, and that looked like it hurt on the slide there. Kai Green, you hear the groan as he picks himself off the grass. And Angoita had no choice but to just spray this one out of bounds over to the left-hand side. Tough challenge for Kai Green to walk off here. Just over 10 minutes of regular time remaining, plus stoppage time, and actually that was played out of bounds for that injury. So the Swope Park Rangers just play it right back to Angoitia. Unchallenged header from Gidic, chested down by Iwasa. Good tackle though, Eric Bird. James under pressure, back with Ayala. Again, there's Garza trying to head it down into a dangerous area. And a loose touch from Belmar. That allows RGV to maintain possession. Soccer fans, Nike is an official sponsor of the USL. For more information, visit nike.com/soccer. Gonzalez was trying to sprint away down the right-hand side. And now a whistle, and it's been called back for a foul. Marc Anthony Gonzalez just getting a little too stuck in there after the pass had gone. Ten minutes to go here, Molly, and it does look like the Swope Park Rangers are in full control of the 3 points on offer tonight. It's a clever turn from Bird. Just sucked in a defender there and trying to spin away. It's a foul against the Rangers. Headed clear into the path of Oliveira. He's found a lot more space to run into in this second half. Doyle inside for Musa. First time ball. What a deft touch there. Belmar finds Mar streaking down the left side. Iwasa back for Mar, just probing the area. Iwasa's found Oliveira, dances around a defender. Gonzalez on the cover, manages to just keep Oliveira away from the box, but You can see it there, what was in the back of Kevin Oliveira's mind as he charged in towards the area. And again, Gonzalez comes over on the cover. This one smacked out of bounds. It'll be time for the Swope Park Rangers to make their last substitution of the game. And getting a little bit chippy on the far side as well. Luna getting into it with Amir Djidic. Temper starting to flare here as this game winds down into its latter stages. Not sure what happened there, but it's Ruben Luna who will go into the book for that little skirmish. Perhaps some frustrations built from a long night for Ruben Luna, cutting a lone figure up top for RGV.
There's obviously some urgency from RGV to get back some goals, so you could see where Luna's coming from to try to get that ball fast, but you can't put your hands on another player.
So just a bit over-eager to get that ball back into play. And here's that substitution, as we mentioned, as Robert Miro Savage comes into the game. And he replaces Marc Anthony Gonzalez, who gets a goal in the first half, his 5th goal in his 8th appearance for the Swope Park Rangers this year. What did you make of Marc Anthony Gonzalez's performance this evening?
I don't think you could say bad things about too many, really any of the Swope Park Rangers tonight. It's been a good night for the team, but he obviously shows why he's the team's leading goal scorer tonight. Again, getting on the score sheet. He skips over the goalkeeper and just places it in from an almost impossible angle.
And what a build-up and a goal here. Cameron Owasa slams it home. Kevin Oliveira with a cheeky little chip. And it's a rout here in Kansas City. Swope Park Rangers 4, RGV nothing.
And this seems like a common thing tonight. Cameron Owasa starts the play and finishes it, similar to Lebo in the first half.
How about that for a pass from Kevin Oliveira? His 2nd assist in this game, and you can see what it meant to Cameron Owasa. He gets his 2nd goal, immediately goes over to Oliveira and congratulates him for that pass. So a 4th for the Rangers. They're well on their way to winning this evening. Kevin Oliveira has been at the heart of it. Still kind of getting back into full fitness, Oliveira, but looks like he'll go the distance this evening. Here's a ball into the feet of Luna. Tackled away, and then a handball as Doyle tried to clear it. But it's good to see Kevin Oliveira back in the frame and back in the picture for the Swope Park Rangers. He's a big-time prospect that this coaching staff and Sporting KC coaching staff really like.
To find somebody that could play a ball into the final third like that time and time again is a special find, and he's been showing it throughout the season so far.
Picks up his 2nd assist of the evening. That brings his total to 4. And just his 9th start of the campaign. Still coming back from that knee injury from last season. Marc with a little stutter step to lose Bird. And cut it inside for Oliveira. Just trying to use Owasa as a wall there. Didn't quite get it to stick. And now Owasa, fresh off the bench, fresh off that goal, and still trying to pressure up top for the Swope Park Rangers. He wins that back, tracking all the way back from his forward position. And if this result holds, Swope Park Rangers move up into 29 points from 15 games. It's a great ball, slipped in behind Miro Savage. Just battling with Ayala, and he'll just slide it back Oliveira now. And a little hopped attempt from Garcia trying to get away from Oliveira. Still mucked up over there on the far sideline and just slammed off the feet of Garcia, and another time there for Oliveira to get in the mix. Just slice clear, anywhere will do. Gonzalez, long evening for these center backs here. The USL is one of the most prominent second division professional leagues in the world, featuring some of the game's top talent and rising stars. Stay up to date with all the latest league news and information by visiting uslsoccer.com and follow them on Twitter at USL. So this an offside against the Rangers. Just a few minutes left in this game. And it's been a comprehensive performance here from the home team. Molly, we talked about it. Possession in that first half, 72%. It's got to be close to that in the second half as well. As we talked about, this will just increase their lead in third place and bring them just 6 points behind San Antonio FC with the game in hand as well. And now a card against Parker Marr. Is that just a case of delaying the game too much, trying to get that throw back into play? Toros go all the way back to Angoitia. And in turn, so do the Rangers back with Zendejas. And Molly talked about the performances and the development of this team. They're looking well on their way to their 9th win this season so far. And a complete change in style, but the Swope Park Rangers starting off the season in red hot form, especially in this summer.
Yeah, and especially in this game, getting 4 goals. They actually scored 4 goals against RGV last year in a home game. So I think playing at home obviously helps. But they also did something really unique tonight. I haven't seen them do it so far this season, with all of the rotations that they've been having in the midfield and the players up top. It was, you really have to be in tune with your teammates to make that kind of formation work, and they nailed it tonight.
Plenty of free-flowing football up top for the Rangers. Players interchanging positions. And now this is a sore one for James Musa, as he's called for the foul, but had to take the punishment as well.
Looks like he gets an elbow in the throat on that one.
James just shielding him away from the ball there. And 4 minutes of added time. 4 minutes to grab 4 goals for RGV. Bird's pass is intercepted by Marc. Flicked ahead by Iwasa. He wants to return from Belmar. Gonzalez again on the cover. Those center backs have been all over the pitch for RGV. There's Leo Ayala. Some tired legs this evening. A lot of defending for the visitors. Still trying to probe and find their way down this right-hand side with the balls. Just a little too long for Kai Green to get a hold of. space to find a ball over the top. Belmar just reading the bounce of the ball. Sizing up a couple defenders here, and he'll just go ahead and take this one into the corner. And take a foul as well. It's good hold-up play. Carlton Belmar laid on from his substitute position.
And that's what you need to do. That's what you need to do when it's this late in the game. You're winning by 4. You just got to keep the ball up and hold it up in the corner, and that was a good job by Belmar.
It's an easy one for the referee there.
Yeah, it's definitely a shove in the back. I think, again, RGV is getting a little bit frustrated being down 4 goals.
A frustrating evening for the Toros. We'll have to regroup after this one. As RGV go home. They get a nice 11-day break before they play OC Orange County at home. Meanwhile, the Rangers, they get set for a pretty big Pacific Northwest road trip here over the next couple of weeks on the back of what will be 7 games unbeaten. But a big stretch going to Vancouver, Portland, and Seattle in the space of 8 days. Coming off back-to-back wins on the road as well. That should be a true test of this Swope Park Rangers team's credentials this season, shouldn't it?
Road games are always difficult, but obviously having a stretch like that seems pretty tough. But I think these guys, the nice thing is that they play the same on the road and at home. So if you're going to be going on the road, not much is going to change for the players. And Nikola Popovich is going to be telling them to keep their form and do what they've been doing.
Certainly they want to keep up a performance such as this one. There's a ball floated over the top. Garza just waiting for the ball to come down. It's a good ball from Bird, and now Garza gets to the end line. Just ran out of options there. Hook clear from Doyle. Bird. In for Escalante. Plenty of step over moves. And now Garza just straight into an offside position. That'll kill off this attack. And again, the Rangers trotting out victorious in this one. And it's been a case of that possession style really limiting the chances for RGV. Just one shot in the first half, not much to speak for the second half as well. It's been a good defensive effort from the Swope Park Rangers. Tough to deal with from Sagal, but that will be the final act of the game. Referee blows the whistle for full time. And a comprehensive performance and victory for Nikola Popovich and his Swope Park Rangers. Kamawasa getting a goal off the bench as well to finish things off. What about that for a display from the home team? They moved to 7 games unbeaten, the Swope Park Rangers.
I think Nikola Popovich is going to be very pleased with the performance tonight. There wasn't a player on the field that didn't do his job, and I think that's what you look for the most as a coach. Kevin Oliveira, one of those guys that just did everything he needed to do and then some.
4 goals to speak of it. Here's Kevin Oliveira. Kamawasa getting the last of the goals for the Swope Park Rangers as they will move up to 29 points on 15 games, nearly 2 points a game there. It's a good standard for the Rangers. And Marc Anthony Gonzalez again getting his name on the goal sheet as well.
And it just goes back to that offensive depth that this team has this year. It's amazing to see a guy come in off the bench, get a goal, and have different people playing in those positions, game in and game out, and that you can see all of them are able to get the job done.
Some pleasantries exchanged here at the end of the game as the Swope Park Rangers come away victorious. They get all 3 points here. Final score of a 4-0 SPR. We'll be right back for highlights and stats. Stay with us. Welcome back to post-game here in Kansas City, Missouri. The Swope Park Rangers trot out 4-0 victors against Rio Grande Valley FC Toros. And Molly Dreska, it was a comprehensive performance from the Swope Park Rangers. And they get goals starting with this one. So look at the highlights from the game. Limo Maloto on the end of a nice pass from Oliveira.
And that's a calm, cool, and collected finish. Takes the first touch and slots it past the goalkeeper.
Here he is turning Provider off a bad turnover, and right at the end of the first half as well.
And another calm finish. This one by Marc Anthony Gonzalez, who just slots it in from an almost impossible angle.
Meanwhile, the second half, the Rangers in full flow. A little back heel from Maloto, and a deflected finish gives Colton Storm his first goal of the season.
And then Cameron Owasa comes in off the bench, a give and go, and another nice finish to top it off at 4-0.
Oliveira gets his second assist of the game, and that was the last goal of the game for the Swope Park Rangers. And what a performance it was as well. High fives all around for the fans as the Swope Park Rangers move to 4 in a row unbeaten at home, 7 in a row unbeaten this summer. It's a hot summer, and the Swope Park Rangers stay hot with a 4-0 victory over Rio Grande Valley FC. For Molly Dreska and the rest of our stellar crew here in Kansas City, I'd like to thank you for watching the action this evening as the Swope Park Rangers keep hold of their third place position in the West. They'll move on to a big road trip in Cascadia land. 3 games in 8 days up in the Pacific Northwest, and they'll do it on the back of some stylish performance. Full time here, Swope Park Rangers 4, RGVFC nothing.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent from the United Soccer League.